How to manipulate HTML with JavaScript. Let's find out the answer to that question in this video. Hey, it's T from the Breakthrough Code channel, where we try and make coding fun and simple to understand. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to show you how to do some really powerful things to HTML using JavaScript. So what is HTML, guys? Well, HTML is a hypertext markup language, okay? It's the standard language used for creating web pages. It describes the structure of a web page and consists of a series of elements. The basic of HTML elements looks like this. I'm not really going to go into detail with the apart from the fact that this basically turns into this in your favorite browser. Okay. Now, how do we manipulate these elements that we have here in JavaScript? Well, let's head over to Visual Studio Code and have a look. So first off, we ensure that the HTML file that we have, which is called index.html, is referencing our index.js file so that they can find each other. Okay, and we do that using the script tag, so we can put that in our head section area. So script. Okay, and then how we reference this file is we put a source here, and then in the curly brackets we can reference the file name index.js. So if I save that and then I open up our live server here and I go into developer tools, I should see Trevor, which I think I did a console log in here. Yep, Trevor. So basically that's coming up in the browser tools, right? Okay. Now, the position of this script tag is very important, as if I put it up here out of the way in the head area of the HTML, then it will get executed before any of the body stuff, okay? Which could lead to a bunch of errors if I have things in the body that reference things in my JavaScript file, okay? The JavaScript script file is going to be like what's all these references basically. I don't know what they are, and I don't know if they exist yet, because this is obviously going to be interpreted before this stuff here. Okay, so don't stress, guys. There's a way around this, and it's called a defer tag. Okay, and if we put the defer tag in the script, defer tag, okay, like that, I can ensure that the page has finished loading, or I think the correct term is parsing, before it executes the JavaScript that is in this file. Okay, cool. Now let's get into it. So say we are making our very own YouTube channel and we want a way for the user of the channel to subscribe. So we have a p tag here. Let's get rid of this heading tag, and we have a p tag here, and let's put some text in here to say confirm subscription. Okay, cool. Now let's add a subscribe button underneath this. Okay, and we can simply do that. To add a button, we just open and use the button tags. Cool. So that's the open and close button tags, and we can put a subscribe in there so that it's got a subscribe label in it. Okay, so let's bring up our browser and see what it looks like and what we're actually doing. So if we open our browser, you can see it there. It says confirm subscription and refresh and obviously a subscribe button. But there's not much going on here. It's not doing much. It's just a bunch of text and a button that doesn't really do anything when you click it. Okay. But with JavaScript, we can make this do some really cool stuff. Okay. And we do that by referencing these elements that we just created so that we can utilize them in our JavaScript file. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so first of all, let's start by giving this a reference, and we do that with the ID tag here, and we just say give it a name. So we'll call it subscribe label. Okay, and then we also want to give an ID to our button as well. We can say we'll call this a subscribe button. If I can spell button correctly. Cool. Now let's head over to our JavaScript file. Okay. Just as a side note, if you are wondering how to set up everything that I've done here, I'm going to put a link in the description to the video that I did of how to set my environment up so that I can do it like this and write the code in Visual Studio and pull up the live server. So link will be in the description below. So now I'm going to show you how we can grab the ID in our JavaScript file. So we can do that by going document dot get element by ID. Okay, IntelliSense is helping us here. Okay, we then want to reference the name of the ID. So in this case, we're going to go with our subscribe button. In fact, just so that I don't make any typos, I'll just copy it there because I'm king of making typos, and I was making a typo there because I was putting a capital there. Okay, and then we go. Then after that, we want this button to do a certain action. Okay, and we want it to have like a click action. So, for example, when you click it, it's going to do something. So we can put a dot on click. Okay, so we'll go with that. And then we want something to happen when this button is clicked, and we can specify that whatever that something is in the way of a function. So we can say equals function like that and open up parentheses like that. Cool. Now, what do we actually want to happen? Well, we want it so that when this subscribe button is clicked, we then change our subscription label. So if I go over to the browser again, so when I click this button, I want this to change the text to something like "thank you for subscribing" or something. It doesn't do that now. So how do we get it to do that? Okay. So we go into the body of this function. Okay. Which is in between these braces, okay, and using the same way we used before to get the button element, we can get the label element. So we do another document.get element by the ID. I'm lazy, very lazy, so I'm just going to copy that, okay, and paste that in here, okay, and then I'm going to grab the subscribe label ID and stick that in here so that we can get the right label. Okay, then to change the text, there is a property we can use called the inner HTML. So let's go with .inner HTML. There we go, it's already there. And we can use it to set the text to whatever we like. So we can go equals thank you. Oh, if I can spell. Thank you for subscribing. Cool. Okay. There we go. So that's it. So let's check this out in the browser and see how it works. Let's go back over here. Open live server. Cool. So when I click this button, I want it to say thank you. Yes. Thank you for subscribing. Cool. That worked fine. But hang on. We've subscribed, right? Well, it doesn't make sense to still see this subscribe button, does it? So how can we hide the button when it's clicked? Well, it's pretty easy, guys. We basically go back again, and we can reference the button in the in the body of the function again. So we'll go get element by ID subscribe button, sorry. Okay, so now we've got the button again. So now let's on that button, there's some style properties, okay? And styling of HTML is all to do with CSS. I will do some tutorials on that if you guys feel it's something you want to learn about. Please leave a comment below so I know that it's something you want. So on that style property, there is a display we can set to none, like so. So let's see. So there's style property. Okay. There is a display property. Yep. And we can set that to equal none. And this is basically going to make the button invisible once this function area, once this function call is executed, okay, or invoked. Okay, so that's going to make our button basically go away. So let's try that. So let's go back into the live server, okay, into our browser, sorry, okay, and then we go over here. Cool. So now if we click this subscribe button, what we want to see is our thank you message, but we also don't want to see a button. Okay, great, that worked. So now you know how to manipulate HTML with JavaScript. This can be used in making what's called single page applications, or sparse for short. A very powerful way of making web pages. Anyway, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video or learned something. And make sure to check out the next video on the playlist if you're really enjoying these videos that I'm doing for you. Cool. Have a good day, guys.